Welcome to JoProgoWeekly. Felt like getting really bouncy then, but I think I made my camera bounce. Damn it. Welcome to JoProgoWeekly. It's a new week, so let's get down to business. Today I wanted to talk to you about, I was inspired by a YouTube video by Stimmy Queer. Oh no, I kicked my tripod again. Stop kicking your tripod, Joe. I was inspired by YouTube video by Stimmy Queer about 10 things they are afraid to talk about, but want to talk about, and so I thought I would do a similar list to start off this week. 10 things that I want to talk about, but I am afraid to talk about. Those are my noises. Yep, this is gonna be a hard video to make. 10. I am afraid to talk about how I've been feeling lately after my appointment with an autism evaluator person. Yes, I have had lots of feelings and thoughts about that, and I am nervous, afraid to talk about it. 9. Better start writing these down or I'm gonna forget what I've said already. So now I have to open a Word document. Oh, and it made my camera shake because this is a really shitty tripod construction. You're on top of like a rickety wooden shelf and a cinder block and a shitty cardboard box and the Humans of New York picture book thing, and then my phone's on top of that. Okay, 9. I am afraid to talk about body hair. Number 8. 8. Body odor. 7. Meltdowns and burnout, like things that I experience pretty regularly. I want to talk about those things because I don't talk to people about them, but I'm scared to because it's a really vulnerable thing. Most of these things are vulnerable, and that's why I don't want to talk about them. 6. I'm scared to talk about, but want to talk about, being a white person and coming from a long history of like my ancestry, my heritage, it's racism. And I didn't understand that very well until I got older, which is now, I'm older now. So I want to talk about that, but I am scared too because scared too. 5. Future note to editor Joe, you're gonna have to deal with a lot of me staring off into space thinking, because this is a hard video to make. Oh no, my dog's barking. I gotta go let her in. We're pausing on 5, I'll be right back. And back. 5. I want to talk about, but I'm scared to talk about, having a service animal for I guess mental illness or psychological problems. However, I'm not sure how to talk about it, and that's why I'm scared to, but I would like to because it needs to be talked about. 4. I would like to talk about, but I'm scared to talk about what it's like going to school in an unsafe, school. I'd like to talk about going to school as a trans person and my experiences there. 3. No, that's 9. 3. I'd like to talk about wanting to about the struggle of wanting to believe in myself, I guess wanting more specifically to believe myself and what gets in the way of that. 2. Fear. and all the ways that fear affects my life, like for the better, for the worse, for the neutral. Specifically, I think fear of failure. Yeah, sounds cliche, but that's what I would like to talk about, but I am scared too. Number one, I'd like to talk about suicidal ideation and self-harm. Those also feel, I guess, cliche to talk about and to be afraid to talk about, because it's like we're all afraid to talk about that. But that's exactly why it needs to be talked about, because so many, especially trans people, feel that at some point in their lives. And so often that is something that we have to deal with, and I just think it's really important to talk about. And I know that self-harm is separate from suicidal ideation, but I guess in my life they've been intimately related, so they feel the same to me. And that's number one, and I'm done. What are things that you guys, I am trying really hard to stop saying you guys. It's a very Northwest thing to say, and it's not gender neutral, and I don't identify as a guy, so I am very sorry that that keeps coming out of my mouth. What do you all, or y'all, there's gender neutral, what are things that y'all are afraid to talk about but want to talk about, or wish that other people would talk about? Tell me down below. Have a beautiful week, and I will see you on Wednesday with music. Even though it's moving week, I managed to pull it together, and I've got music for you this week. So